Hey guys, welcome to LuZoCast episode 59. As always, I'm Krishna and I'm joined by Arjuna, Sarah, and Ravi. We have a jam-packed episode. We're going to be covering The Defenders. We all watched the first episode. We're going to take a quick preview of Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 6. And we are also going to talk a little bit about the total eclipse of the sun that's happening in a few days.
Total eclipse of the heart.
Exactly. But before we get to all of that, I just want to point out, I shaved my beard. Show's over. We can leave. I'm just kidding. How is everyone doing?
I am a person.
Fabulous.
Yes.
What?
I'm solid. Doing pretty good.
5 out of 10?
5 out of 10.
Oh, it was our Jew's birthday 2 days ago.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was on Friday.
It was.
Oh, I blacked it out. Gina, were you? What happened for your birthday?
So I went out to brunch.
Right, real quick, would we consider this a Hollywood story?
I think this is a
this
Hollywood
is
story
definitely a
because he
Hollywood story,
spent his birthday in Hollywood.
In Hollywood. So my lovely girlfriend Evelyn took me out for brunch, and then we did a nice drive up Mulholland Drive. I'd never done that before, and then we went to the tar pits, and I came back to my apartment, and it had been invaded by some strange people.
I live there.
And it was I was surprised with
You weren't
a surprise party, and when I opened the door, I was well, I mean, there's no other way of putting it. I was attacked.
Yes.
I was
By
attacked
balloons?
in my own home.
Yes.
The couch pillow?
With couch pillows, and I was attacked with balloons, and I was even forced out of my own home.
They were gentle balloons.
I was pushed out. I was legitimately pushed out.
Yeah.
And it was.
We tried to lock the door, but
I was very scared. It was a very scary time, and that's what it was.
Have you recuperated from that?
No, it's traumatic.
Good.
Okay. Get out of my house.
And then Sarah, I
Just get
think
out.
you were very busy a couple of days ago.
Yesterday,
with
yeah.
a certain
So
thing.
this is not necessarily something that only happens in LA, but this is something that happens, unfortunately, more so in larger cities, I feel. But it was really cool. So it was the Wonder Women Tech. The website we'll put in the comments below. It's wonderwomentech.com, and it was a diversity and inclusion conference. The opportunity to network with and the thing that gets me, I feel like it was a little misleading. Number one, I don't think there were men there. It's not necessarily limited to women. So to an extent, it's a little misleading, but it was mostly women. It was quite nice. But it was not just technology. It went across the range of not just STEM, but actually STEAM. So science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And so there were some really, really interesting things. There were really cool opportunities. A lot of companies, everyone from Google to Amazon. There was an empty table that said Microsoft on it. I don't know if they just
didn't show.
I don't know. I was a little bit surprised. I was like, that's really crappy, Microsoft. But Google was there. Amazon, as far as larger companies, SpaceX was there too, which was really interesting. I got to talk to them.
Was Warner Brothers there?
No, Warner Brothers was not there. I didn't get
That
the
was the
opportunity to
opportunity.
ask them
Yeah.
to come on our show, as we've extended that offer many, many times. I continue to extend it. Thanks, Warner Brothers. Come talk to us.
I rescind that invitation.
But he can't rescind it. I made it and he can't rescind it. So come on our show.
We're gonna. Yeah.
But yes, it was really interesting and really nice to see. I actually, one of the panels that I went to was a diversity in the arts, which is why I was like, oh, this is not just technology. Although I work in IT as well as doing LuZo, but it was nice to see the things like the diversity in the arts. And so this panel was made up of Meg Rose is a deaf actress, Giovanni Moraga Clayton, who is a Latin music artist, Elizabeth Francis, who is an actress. She's of Polynesian and white. Caucasian, thank you. I'm like white, what am I? I'm white. Caucasian, but of Polynesian Caucasian descent. And then this one was why I say it wasn't all women. C.J. Jones, who played Baby's adopted father in Baby Driver, was there. He's a deaf man. He's actually, so that the part that he played was a blind deaf man.
He wasn't blind.
He wasn't
I
blind.
thought, was he not blind?
He wasn't blind. He was just deaf.
Okay, he was just deaf. So they actually got a deaf actor, and he was great. And he actually spoke about, that's why it's not just women, it's also inclusion and diversity amongst any kind of, anything that sets you apart and makes you a minority, kind of.
Cool.
So that was really cool, but he spoke as part of this panel, and I really enjoyed that panel, and I really actually enjoyed myself at the entire conference. So
So how often do they do these?
it's a yearly conference. I think this is possibly the third year. It's quite small. I hope they grow. I honestly do, because it was really great. But it was, yeah, it's a yearly thing, and hopefully they'll grow into something more and something more than just this one conference as well.
Cool.
Just to end the quick Hollywood stories, we actually do have video footage of the surprise party for our junior from 2 days ago. I just want to show this real quick. No, it's upside down.
Wait, seriously?
Even better. No,
Give me 3 seconds to flip it.
One.
We do have another Hollywood story.
Real quick
Oh, we have
Hollywood
another
story.
Hollywood story?
We
Okay.
love going to see movies, and we usually do it at AMC. We've been to a couple of other places as well. And there is a service out there that allows you, at the moment, to go see unlimited movies in a month period for $10 a month. How long this is going to last? Probably not very long, and it sounds like it could be illegal kind of soon. Here is the
Here it is.
Here's the footage.
In slow-mo, let's point out.
Slow motion
I haven't
of
actually
the surprise.
seen
And for those that are listening, definitely check out LuZoProductions.com so you can actually see this full clip of us throwing balloons and chairs and everything that we possibly
This
could
is the best thing.
at Arjuna.
I actually fell. I was going towards it. Robbie was in front of me, and I fell into the window.
Tosses
Kate
one.
lobs it and doesn't
Well-
get anywhere near. Wait, it goes over there. Oh, that's a terrible throw.
I will say a funny thing. So I kind of knew going in that the party was going to happen. When we were driving, I saw a redheaded Sarah running across the street. I will say your run is. It's pretty funny.
Can I say,
I'm not gonna lie.
Can I say I was running carrying like
Yeah, you
3
were.
heavy
You had
bags
a
that
bunch of
included
bags.
mixers and drinks and
Foods.
and ice, 9-pound bags of ice, and so I was just hustling, trying to get across the street because we knew they were coming, and I didn't know they were going to take that particular street or anything where they would have seen me.
It was funny because you
So-
had like nice Indian head bobble going. You were like.
Oh, I am a Ramco pal.
And so when it was funny when we went there, everyone's kind of behind me and then to the side, and she stepped aside from me, opened the door, and why don't you open the door? And she's like, no.
No, thank you.
And he claims that before he saw me running across the street, he already had an idea that it was going to be a surprise party. So
For the record, when you ask, when you tell everyone,
Specifically.
I want a surprise
party
party,
for my
yeah.
birthday, the surprise is out. It's over.
It's never over.
It is over.
Never over.
It's not quite going to have the same punch to the gut.
It could.
Because you asked for it.
Yeah. So this is just a taster party, and then the real surprise party will come.
No. Real quick, our last thing for Hollywood stories. So here it is. So someone who knows about this, jump right now. What is MoviePass? How long will it last? And
Okay, so MoviePass.
how did they get away with this?
So
legally?
MoviePass has actually been around for a few years now,
Right.
And it was available in a lot of the major cities. It's this idea of a monthly subscription model to go to movies, where you pay X amount and you can go see as many movies as you want within reason and whatnot. And MoviePass, I think, has been around 3 or 4 years. And this previous week, they started a new promotion where they lowered their monthly subscription to $10 a month.
that's crazy.
$10. So $10, and you could go see any non-IMAX, non-premiere,
Just
standard.
standard movie, $10 a month, and you could see one every 24 hours.
That's crazy.
Which is insane. So that means you could see 30 movies. So it's just an individual person, right? So let's say it's all 4 of us wanted to get it. We each have to get it for $10 a month. And that's $40. That's fine for one movie ticket. That's less than a movie ticket generally. So that idea, and you could go see up to 30 essentially, 31, on certain months, 28 if it's just February, but is ridiculous. And what they do is they're a company that buys tickets in bulk from different theaters, and it's something like they cover 92% of major theaters within the continental United States. However, the follow-up to this story is that AMC, probably the biggest, if not one of the biggest, if not the biggest movie chain in the United States, has a big problem with it because they see themselves as losing a lot of money and as a model that's not sustainable, and it's not. MoviePass is losing money on this, but the reason they are doing this new promotion is to get new customers because they just had 51% of their stock bought out. So they had a new influx of cash, so they wanted to do this promotion, and it's worked. Their subscription has gone through the roof. This is a national story. I think their site was down for like 2-3 days because there was just such an overload of traffic. And I know for me personally, this is something I've talked about a lot because I like going to a movie theater and the movie theater experience.
He likes seeing the same movie at least 10 times.
And I like the idea of a subscription type of thing when, going to the movies, just a movie ticket alone, costs so much money, rewarding repeat customers that go to the chains. And I hope this opens up. If it's going to be interesting to see the legal battle that happens between AMC and MoviePass, but perhaps AMC and some of the other major chains will think of doing a monthly subscription.
Something similar, maybe.
Well, AMC has their AMC Stubs reward program. I mean, it's not the best reward program, but they still, reward you for coming and going to X, Y, and Z movies.
Yeah, you get credits
and stuff.
Hit certain, like the more you buy, the more credits you get.
You get your own checkout lane when you go and get snacks because we're always late to the movies.
We're not always late to the movies.
I will say,
we are.
I will say that doesn't work that well, the individual lane, because
I've always had luck with
they're
it.
just, the last few times I've went, they're generally alternating between you and the regular line. There's only one cashier. So it's like there's no benefit to it.
There's a little bit, especially if like the main queue line is like 10 people deep,
I was generally,
and there's 2 people. It's still a better deal.
It's a lot better.
It's still a better deal.
But I mean, so it's interesting to see what's going to, I mean, I don't know how everyone else here feels about that and how this will work.
That's a great
I just wonder
deal.
I was going to say, maybe they don't do a monthly subscription, but maybe they step up their deal. So right now, and we use Stubs a lot. So I'm a Stubs member. We use that a lot.
Me too.
I also
now
you
my
get
toes a lot.
I do that too.
So you probably.
But you get like if you order online, you get the convenience fees waived for tickets and things like that. So you're really only saving like $1, maybe $2 per ticket. And that's not off the cost of the ticket itself. That's just those convenience fees. But and every once in a while they'll send you like, hey, you can get this like popcorn for $5 or something random like that. But maybe that will cause them to. Yeah, you got your birthday popcorn coming?
I got my birthday popcorn.
All right.
Drink.
Excellent.
So what movie are you taking me to see?
I actually really want to see Detroit, the new John Boyega movie.
Oh, I'd be good with that.
I want to see the one with Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. That
also came out on my
too.
birthday. That came out on Friday.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's going to wrap up our Hollywood stories there. So let's move on on the 18th, besides it being our junior's birthday, Netflix also released The Defenders. So Defenders have launched. The entire first season is available on Netflix, but so far we have only seen the first episode, and to say that it was a sort of a vanilla episode is an understatement.
Christian, you're being too polite. It was boring. It sucked. It was terrible. The CGI was garbage.
I feel like
there was no CGI.
Exactly. I feel like, though, the thing is they've spent all this time already introducing us to the characters. I felt like we don't need the introduction that they're giving us to. Yes, I know they want to pull in people who didn't watch the others, but I think they can cut back on it a little. They can shorten it. They can abbreviate it. A person that we know tweeted something, and this is not going to spoil anything, but she said something about, it was the third episode. She'd apparently watched at least through the third episode and said something to the effect that the payoff now of watching and of this like multi-faceted universe where all these shows tie into this universe finally paid off. And I thought, if I have to wait till the third episode for them to come together.
An 8-episode series.
It's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
That's almost halfway through before you actually bring together the characters for which your series is named. Then I'm going to be a little irritated. I need payoff sooner.
I was a little disappointed that they didn't come together at the end of the first episode because it is such a small amount of real estate we're working with only 8 episodes. But I mean, I guess I understand with the logistics and filming schedules and I mean, they made it 8 episodes because they knew this was a very tough endeavor to bring together. So I mean, let's be honest, right? Netflix shows this small are created to binge. They are not created as a week-to-week format to watch one episode and wait. So I think we've only watched the first episode because we all have lives outside of just watching The Defenders, and
which is a little unfortunate.
We have to we have to take it as a collective. So I think I'm gonna. Yes, I'm disappointed it hasn't come together, but I think we have to judge the whole thing together. It's not a great start, and I don't think any of us will disagree with that.
So one of my friends on Facebook, Nick Krasowski, he posted the biggest problem with The Defenders. As you're watching the show, as soon as they show the Iron Fist, you're kind of pulled right out of it, and you're just like, why is this idiot here? Why do I have to listen to his stupid voice
and his painted-on tattoo?
Terrible acting, and just Krisha. Actually, this is to you, Krisha, because you said that you were excited for the Iron Fist.
I was hoping for redemption.
No, come on.
But I think you have to wait until they're all together for that.
Maybe because
he's going. I want him to provide that comic relief, the unintentional comic relief. By himself, it doesn't work. You're absolutely right. It's boring. But put them together, and but that's what the whole show is about, is putting them together. So I think where the interest will come in. Hopefully,
I will say if that scene from the previews, the boardroom scene, and even the one in the restaurant, he looks to provide comic relief in that, and hopefully he provides a little bit more, I don't know, interesting action in the boardroom scene, then maybe it'll be fine. I don't know. Maybe he works better as a team and we'll be happy, but it's just a little jarring.
I will say what I enjoyed about the first episode were the little peeks we got into Sigourney Weaver's character. I thought there was a little bit. It was interesting. We saw there's a medical problem with her.
Mother Cow is afraid of her.
Which is
very
crazy.
Afraid of her. And then we saw her with Electra at the end, and we're not sure perhaps what their relationship is. Is she her mother?
No. Electra, remember, is now the weapon to the hand.
True, but we don't know. We're not even sure if she's part of the Hand or if she's some different type of group. That's not confirmed within this first episode.
But I thought it was confirmed at the end of Daredevil season 2.
That's not Sigourney Weaver.
That's Sigourney Weaver. No, we don't know.
I thought you were talking about Electra.
Yeah, but we don't know how Sigourney Weaver.
We have no idea how
she's
related to anything. So, and I thought that was interesting. I think there were 3 or 4 scenes with her.
She signed a contract with Netflix.
She's related to Netflix and Marvel.
I thought it was interesting how they've brought her character in and they're giving us these little peeks. We've seen some different methods. With Daredevil and Kingpin, we didn't see him until episode 4 or 5. David Tennant was
2 or 3.
Was 2 or 3, but he was always a presence with what he was within Jessica's mind.
Yep.
So I thought that was interesting. I'm kind of. It seems like it's not just these 4 characters. It's almost like she is the 5th main character of this Defender show. So they're giving her some interesting depth.
Did you guys notice that when you jump from character to character, they change the film styles and color tone?
I like
color tone.
I thought they did a really good job at least with that.
So I find it to be then interesting how I want to watch and see what they do then when they're all together.
Whoa, we've already seen all those scenes.
We have seen those scenes.
They're in the trailers.
I hope it's not all of them.
Oh, look, they're together.
Well, there are only 8 episodes. How many can there be?
Oh.
Is there a big fight scene? So, okay, fine. If they don't start fighting together until possibly the end of the 3rd episode, that means there are 5 other episodes left where they could have a fight scene per episode.
Or several.
I don't think that even they're going to get 1 in per episode, but
we'll see.
I guess we'll have to find out.
We have to wait
and see.
But next week, next LuZoCast, we all should hopefully, or most of us, or some of us, or maybe none of us.
I will say,
should have binged it all.
Disregard everything.
Out of the 4 main superheroes, don't call them superheroes. Out of the 4 main heroes, I would say Daredevil is the most interesting, especially with his confession with the priest, and where it's basically revealed he keeps saying on the surface, I don't miss it being Daredevil. But clearly, he needs it, wants it.
It's like a drug.
It's like he's like an addict. So I think he's right now the most interesting. All the others, Jessica Jones is a drunk. Luke Cage is I'm a good man, and
I'm trying to go back to being a good man and
The Iron
protect our
Fist at this point.
The Iron Fist is.
And Danny
the
Rand
defender
is
of
just,
Kang Lung.
he's just Danny Rand.
He has a lot of guilt.
nightmares.
He has he's scared.
His nightmare scene was kind of cool. I will say that.
It was cool.
With all the
they
shot
shot
it
it.
mocks,
Yeah.
it was
I
pretty
was
cool.
also disappointed in the slash across his tattoo, because shouldn't it look a little more? It's not like it got slashed with something hot, so it cauterized it. Shouldn't there be some kind like it? It
It looks
was
like
not,
a giant paper cut.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it's too clean.
I mean, I don't know. I don't
It
get
looked
it.
like-
So I guess let's just
It,
wait and
it
see.
looked like somebody gave me a makeup kit and said,
Does the
Draw this
I
on there,
don't-
please.
Does the Iron Fist not bleed?
Oh my goodness. Well,
So that's all I need to ask. He should. He's human. He's not Luke Cage.
he's not Luke Cage. No, he's not.
Luke Kache.
They're gonna be best friends
Luke
though,
Cage.
and that will be interesting.
Luke Cage. No,
So
Luke Cage.
that's the Defenders. So like Arjuna said, next week hopefully we're gonna have possibly the whole thing sort of reviewed for you on that LuZoCast. But yeah, we are LuZo Productions. Definitely check us out through our website, LuZoProductions.com. Please please subscribe to all of our stuff. We're all over the place on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Oh, and Vine.
We're not on Vine.
All right. Well,
I think we have stuff on
we
there.
were
but
on Vine.
Yeah, no longer.
Vine is no more.
But we do have other projects all the time, and one such project that me and Arjuna are involved in is another podcast called The Lateral, which is a sports-focused podcast that you can find on iTunes at itunes.com/podcast/The Lateral.
Or also on LuZoProductions.com. We
yes.
we post the full episode
Just go
there.
there for everything.
And we actually post an article with the actual podcast. I think last week's article, Christian wrote up a nice write up on Rafael Devers, a 20-year-old third baseman for the Boston Red Sox.
I speak the English.
So that was very nice. And
Yes.
we'll have another article, I'm sure, this Monday with the lateral article, with our lateral episode.
Yeah, and speaking of lateral, we have a little quick hit for you right now. I'll list both of them, and then Junior, you can just jump right
Sure.
in. We have expanded streaming coming from ESPN, which is great, and then also Patriots as a second round pick, Derek Rivers, first round pick. No, second round
He was a third or fourth round pick.
Well, it's not that high. Derek Rivers might be out for the
but-
year, knee injury.
Yeah, he's a defensive end. He might be torn. He might have torn something in his knee, so the Patriots are thin at the end, and that's a problem. So we'll have to see how they address that. But the streaming thing with ESPN, it's interesting. They're giving more. I think it's multi-screens. You can watch up to 4 games at once on ESPN, and ESPN has been trying to transition more into the digital age as cable the cable method and everything is dying rapidly, and it really is. And with what we talked about last week with Netflix and Disney starting their own apps, I think they are certainly investing within their own apps. So I think we're going to see more and more come out for the ESPN app.
Well, there's supposed to be a
and
major
everything.
update in 2018 for us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when it all kicks in, really, right?
really?
With
Right.
most of the streaming.
Yeah, because remember, Disney bought from the MLB the
BAMTech.
BAMTech. They invested $1.8
Right.
billion.
Initially, they had only bought a small percentage of
BAMTech.
shares
Yep.
to kind of work with it. I think once they worked with it and figured out probably what they
Want to do with it?
Yeah, they announced at the on their last earnings call last week before last, something like that, that they were purchasing a majority
majority
stake.
stake.
They're going to be the majority stakeholders in BAMTech,
Right.
and using that for the ESPN streaming, and then like another year or two down the road,
Right.
their own streaming.
And
So
ESPN
it's really
still
cool.
has, specifically for games, some really big products. They still have Monday Night Football. They still have Sunday Night Baseball. They still have a whole bunch of college games that they nationally televise, a whole bunch of NBA games they nationally televise. So that they certainly have.
Aren't they also
a
starting
bunch.
up esports division as well?
They have a big esports division
Well,
that's
it's one of the
coming,
bigger
so-
ones.
That would be very.
That's
That's
actually really
smart.
cool.
And actually, I think Robert Kraft is one of the main investors in it from the Patriots. He is starting one of the 8 esports teams. So he's getting in on the basement level of that.
And
Smart.
for folks listening, do we have an esports team?
What?
For us? For
us?
LuZo?
Oh, yeah, we do. It's called...
Oh no,
the LuZo
LuZo.
losers.
We're the
LuZo
Luzos.
we're the LuZo. We're
the
we're
Luzos.
a LuZo baby.
We're the losers.
So why don't? Anyway, we don't look for it. It's not there. We're such Luzos that we don't have it.
I think
We
we're all...
should.
I think I can say this pretty thoroughly. We would all be terrible at esports.
Not really ever going to be competitive.
Halo.
And
Pretty good at Halo.
Ravi, I'm telling you, if you played like online, you would die a bunch.
You get destroyed.
Your killing percentage would be like 200.
You have to
20%.
play. You would have
Like,
to
it
play
would
a
not be
lot
good.
to get good.
I'm good with that.
People know.
That's
as
not-
long as I'm better
That's
than
not
you.
competitive.
Ravi,
though.
I could be better than you. I was better at you at one point in high school when I played every day.
Oh,
I was.
This is a conversation for a whole other time. It
This
could
is
go off the
this
rails
will be
real
a different thing.
But yeah, check out our podcast. We film it. We tape it every Monday night, and it's released Monday night, Tuesday morning. It'll be on LuZoProductions.com. You can find it there with our article, with our stuff. We have a great episode coming out Monday previewing the Mayweather-McGregor fight. We'll be having a special guest on for that, so be sure to check that out.
Are you talking about Jay Cutler and his apparent thought that you don't have to train when you're a quarterback?
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
So I told Sarah this, but Jay Cutler in his introductory press conference with the Dolphins, he was asked, you haven't done any type of off-season training camp or anything with the team, and he's like, well, I play a position where you don't have to be in the best cardiovascular shape. Now, Jay Cutler is kind of a fat dude.
Wow,
you didn't even.
Let's just say
I don't like Jay Cutler.
I just
don't like him.
As a lifelong Bears fan and very happy that we got rid of him, I would just like to say that explains a lot about the last 6 years.
Yes.
If Jay Cutler thinks that he doesn't need to train to be the quarterback.
He's no Tom Brady.
All I can say is
true.
Dolphins fans, good luck.
Bet you're really regretting your choice now.
It's bad. It's bad. All right.
Anyway.
That is the lateral. Thank you, Arjuna, for that lateral quick hit.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Arjuna.
It's tuba now.
Thank you, Tuba.
Artuba.
So let us move on into something, the realm of Game of Thrones.
And now it's time for something completely different.
Yes, Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones, we're coming up to episode 6 of the 7th season, and as we all know, this is the penultimate episode, which means the
Lots of pens
second
in
to
it.
last episode, where most of the climax action of the season usually takes place is in that second to last episode. Since this is a shorter season than previous seasons, we're assuming it's going to be, but there's nothing to promise that there has been, except for one thing.
Ooh. Wait, can I say before anybody says anything else?
Yeah.
If you are watching this and you haven't caught up on Game of Thrones, spoiler alert, mute us, don't watch, and then when the bottom thing changes.
I mean, we're just a few hours away.
You know what's kind of funny about what you
saying.
say there is that our viewers, some of them may have watched the leaked episode and be more
Some just stole
spoilers
that
than
from
us.
me.
Or maybe
Well, I
Rocky
had to steal
did.
it
Well,
from
some
you.
people at this very panel might have read the spoilers. I don't know who it could be.
So
I
the
really
big thing
don't
is,
know.
so the big
I
thing
did
is,
not.
there's a couple of things going out there right now. There are two things. They're early on Wednesday to Thursday. People's Facebook feeds started filling up with people saying, "Oh, I saw the episode." People saying, "Oh, the episode came out." There were some people claiming that it was hacked or leaked by those hackers that broke into HBO. Then on Thursday, Friday, somebody in Spain said, "No, we accidentally blasted the episode out, and that's how it got caught out."
What?
As of right now, there's been no confirmation on either. So it's really anybody's guess how that episode got out into
It's been confirmed.
cyberspace.
It's been confirmed.
It has by
It's the
HBO?
company.
Yes.
It's
So
the company in Spain.
and this is the second time it's happened now.
Maybe you should
because
start working with that
It
company.
happened not with Spain specifically, but
Oh.
with a Game of Thrones episode this season specifically.
Wow.
Being leaked. It happened in India for episode 4.
One of the distributors. there.
Well, so that wasn't. It wasn't like it was leaked. It was people that worked within like the HBO division within India released it,
Right.
and then they were fired and fined heavily or whatever. And then I think this one, episode 6, was they released it 3 or 4 days early by accident,
big
like,
old
on the to like a bunch of people. So
As the webmaster for our website, I will say it can get tricky sometimes. I have accidentally released a couple episodes.
oh, I know.
That is no excuse. No excuse.
It gets a little tricky.
Yes, but still.
But this is HBO, which is a multi-billion million slash billion.
LuZo Production is a multi-billion monopoly company.
That is true.
It is a monopoly. There are no other losers.
We probably maybe have missed the most important fact about this whole thing is that we're going to have a LuZo Live reaction for you. Right after the episode, God bless
you.
At 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, 10:30 Pacific Standard Time, and we implore you, kind viewers, to go to LuZoProductions.com,
Bless you.
where you can view this LuZo Live
And
episode
possibly see
3.
Arjuna sneeze. again.
That's right. The cool people in the middle here will be on, and the people at the end are not cool enough to be on.
So my
they're
only
too
question
cool.
now is, and Arjuna is banned from answering, is what is everyone's predictions for the penultimate episode?
So
Nothing.
Jamie
what?
will die.
I don't want to make. I don't want.
What?
No.
Wait, is that real?
Cancel. Sorry,
No.
Ooh, our Amazon Echo
Yes.
listens to us.
Wait, why? Why is that your prediction?
I don't know. Something shocking needs to happen.
Oh, okay.
So
You're not
Jamie.
basing it on anything other than something shocking
Oh,
needs
yeah,
to happen?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Cersei.
No, not this season.
Tyrion.
There's still a whole season, remember.
The
Cersei.
entire Lannister family.
Right, but here's the thing, though. So the reason I bring up Cersei is because Cersei is kind of the only pain in the butt left, right? She doesn't serve the larger good versus evil story right now. She's just kind of a pain in the butt.
I actually have a question. Does anyone buy that she's actually pregnant?
No.
No.
Okay, cool. Neither do I.
She's old. She can't get pregnant.
I
No,
think she's
she's-
doing something
She's
with.
old.
She's doing
That's
something
not
with
it.
Kaiba boy. You know?
Jamie?
No,
What?
Maester Kyber.
Oh,
Kyburn?
the Maester, yeah.
Kyburn?
Kaiba boy.
Kyburn.
Come on, Pegasus
Yeah, his
and
name's
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Kyburn, but
That's
like
awesome.
Kaiba.
Okay, then
boy,
change
yeah.
it to
Kyburn.
Kyburn Boy.
No, Kaiba
Kyber
boy.
It's
I think my
it's a
blue-eyed,
cartoon
white-eyed
from the early
dragon.
2000s that they used to watch called Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's time to do
No,
it.
I got that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was just saying at least, make it Kyburn Boy. And
Benedict Cumberbatch.
anyway,
Does anyone know something?
that's digressed.
I
quickly.
can say some things.
No,
you can't say
you're
anything.
banned.
So what
You're
I
banned.
was going, you can't because you don't have any opinions that weren't like slanted by what you read.
Well, actually,
So
no,
stop.
but
Nope.
I can
Nope.
share.
No,
no,
you-
no, I
you
can
can- no,
share
nothing.
my predictions before I read the episode.
Nope.
I think that's fair.
No, I don't. I
But
don't.
how can you
No.
remember them? Because
I
you-
do remember.
I don't
them.
trust that they
I
are
wrote
not-
them down.
I don't-
Let's
Let's see. Where are they? Let's
I,
see
did,
it.
I
I
wrote
don't
them
trust
down.
it. So anyway, I haven't gotten to say anything about that actually. So I don't. Shut that down. I don't think.
Hashtag Sad Arjuna on Instagram for some hilarious
Hashtag
pictures.
Sad Arjuna.
Oh God. We just add
I
to
don't
it.
think. Cersei's going to die. I'm sure they'll kill someone.
Slap bet anyone?
You think
No, that's not fair.
Dude, put your hand down.
Wait, you just confirmed it. You suck.
No, he doesn't. But he didn't. He didn't.
No, he just
necessarily-
raised his
No, you
hand.
said-
He
I
didn't
thought you
say
said
what
for,
side
like,
he was
deaths.
taking.
No, you just confirmed. Okay, Arjuna confirmed. Cersei's not dying.
No,
Tuna didn't confirm it.
So anyway, whatever. I don't think it's Cersei because I feel like they're going to need her in the next season. Would you stop? He can't, you're not saying anything. Don't even look at your brother.
Wait, I heard a rumor that the Lannisters are Targaryens.
Wait, what?
No.
That's so
Yes.
confusing.
Yes.
Everyone's
But anyway,
talking.
Lannisters
sorry.
are not
I didn't
Targaryens.
mean to just throw that curveball in.
Anyway, I don't know who. I don't want to predict a death.
Oh.
I don't know who they would choose, and it's bound to be someone I either don't care about because they're kind of using a throwaway death, or someone that I don't want to die. So there's no in between. I would like to see at the wall. I would like Cersei to send the Mountain up with some men, and I would like the Mountain and the Hound to face off. But I don't know if that would happen this season. I would like it to happen before the end of the
The
series.
Clegane Bowl, as many fans
Clegane
like
Bowl.
to call it.
I would like to see a Clegane Bowl. I would also. I want to see something really interesting happen at Winterfell
But based
as
on
well.
all the promos that we saw, it was everything about the squad, the Suicide Squad that went beyond
Yes.
the wall. I mean,
Great squad.
great squad.
I'm actually very
But
close with
but
that
in
too.
typical true Game of Thrones fashion, obviously it's a ruse to kind of think, oh, the entire episode's about them when clearly
They
Is
showed
it
some
though?
scenes. They showed some Arya and Sansa scenes
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the preview. I think they showed a Cersei scene. So like, I think we're gonna get some of that
I
exposition.
want them to kill Littlefinger.
Well, I mean, I hope that
boring.
happens. Well, so I have a
No, I
question.
just need him to go away. So he'll just
I
go
have a
away.
question for everyone here. That's kind of related to the season as a whole because we've seen now 5 episodes of the 7. We have a good idea of what the season is. What to all of you guys, is the most disappointing storyline we've had so far within season 7?
It has to be
whole
Bran.
story.
Bran. I wanted to see more of Bran traveling through time and just more of that, right? I just wanted to see that because honestly, that's what made him. That's the only thing that makes him like interesting at this point is that power, and we haven't even seen that this season at all. Ravi, my producer, is telling me off camera to shift to my left, and there's nowhere to go.
just get comfy with Arjuna. It's fine.
No, we're good now. It's
Yeah,
now that
fine.
there's
We
like
were fine.
We're
Ravi
the
was just-
4
Anyway,
best friends.
But yeah, that's what I'm most disappointed in, is Bran's lack of powers.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Green spanning or whatever
Sarah?
it's
I do agree that I don't know that I feel the same way about why I dislike, either I'm sad about the brand, that it's disappointing. I feel like we need to see more of him interacting with people because the information that he has could be helpful and he's not helping with it. That's what disappoints me in the brand storyline.
I think it's disappointing where he's like, Brand is no longer, I'm just this emotionalist a-hole. It reminds me of Battlestar Galactica with what's-his-face, who was one of the the Cylons, he became like part of the
ship.
Yeah, I hated
Xander.
Wait, which one?
Yeah,
Oh.
where these characters kind of like go away, but they're like
It's
still
like-
there. But
yeah.
I hate that. I hate when writers do that in stories where it's
They
like,
jump the shark. They just kind of toss them to the side and say,
it's
okay,
just
we're going
like,
to get rid of them this way.
They died. There's no like memorial or anything. They're still there, but they're not there. And it's just like that's what I felt like they did with the Bran. And I feel like there was no transition. It was just like he was Bran and then he wasn't Bran, and it's just like
Three-Eyed Raven.
yeah, I didn't like that.
That I kind of think that sums it. I feel like I need him to grow us at and start talking to people because he knows things that could be helpful.
All right, so yeah, that's gonna wrap up our Game of Thrones segment. So, like I said, LuZo live in just a couple of hours at 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. LuZoProductions.com is your destination for that LuZo live episode. Trace.
Yes.
3. Excellent. Cool. Let's move on to a favorite of ours, the Real Science Roundup, RSR, if you will.
Oh.
And we've got a good one for you. This one is happening actually tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning if you're on the West Coast. Tomorrow early afternoon if you're on the East Coast. It's right here. It's the total eclipse of the sun.
Total eclipse of the sun.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the only
it's the sun.
time in our lifetime,
Nope.
unless we live
Nope.
until 200 years old.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, that's what I heard.
No, the next one that will go across the United States is in 2024.
A
But
total
after
eclipse?
that, a total eclipse. But after that, it's another. It's quite a long time.
You know,
Oh.
Monday's really busy
Now,
for me, so I'm
that
gonna wait
said-
till 2024.
All right, well,
That
there
said,
you go.
the interesting thing about I just took over, but
Please jump right in.
kind of super obsessed about this total eclipse thing because
Sarah thinks she's getting superpowers.
I am. I already have them. They're just going to manifest in the okay, from where we are, we're only going to get to see 62% eclipse of the sun.
I see a
but
full one right there.
That is a total eclipse.
If you're
So
listening to us, you can watch the full thing on LuZoProductions.com.
we could drive up to Oregon, and we could see the total eclipse of the sun. And apparently, Oregon has record numbers of visitors coming in for this. Which I mean,
course.
I kind of want to do this for 2024. I want to find out where the track of the total eclipse is going to be, and I want to go ahead and book out a hotel and then go watch for this thing. So the interesting thing, and the reason so there's only a 70-mile wide area. A track where you're going to actually be able to see a 100% total eclipse of the sun. I'm going to say it every time, and you're going to sing the song in your head every time too. Exactly. Eclipse of the sun. No, sun. Anyway,
butt.
so the cool thing about this and why it's so amazing, these total eclipses of the sun, is we get partial eclipses of the sun or where we'll just see it move across. So there have to be there are three factors that cause it to be a total eclipse the way it is right now. And
Earth, Wind, Fire?
not Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that's not. Anyway, and now I'm going to have a whole different song in my head. So it has to be a new moon, which means the dark side of the moon has to be facing us.
Huh?
So as the moon orbits the Earth, this is the lunar cycle where you go from the new moon to the full moon.
Yes.
Sure, yep.
I know.
The new
I think
moon
this, yeah.
is when the dark side of the moon is facing us.
Whoa.
Okay? That's one thing that has to happen, because if it's a full moon, then we're going to see the moon. We're not just going to see it blocking out the sun. We're going to see the moon, and that's not what we need to see. So it needs to be a new moon with the fully dark side of the moon facing us 100%. Also, the moon has to cross the plane of Earth's orbit in between the Earth and the sun. So it's the orbits are not. It's not like you see that solar system in your head when you were a kid, where everything's all in the same plane and everything orbits. It doesn't do that.
So school is a lie, kids.
No, but
don't listen in school at all.
It's the easiest way to get a kid to understand the orbits, but the orbits are all at different angles, and so the moon has to be at the exact angle so that it's crossing at the right place, right? And then also it has to be a specific distance to the Earth for it to block out the entirety of the sun. So if the orbit crosses but the moon is too far or too close, we won't get a full eclipse. So that's why it's such an event for all of these things to happen, is that they have to happen all at the same time. And then they have to happen where we can actually see them. Because like I said, there's only a 70-mile wide track where it crosses. There is, and we'll put this down below, there is a link somebody set up, and it's Vox. I found it through Vox.com. But what they've done is you can put in your zip code and you can see, it automatically finds it. You can see how much of the solar eclipse you'll see, and it kind of gives you a little animation that shows you what you'll see. So for us in LA, we get to see 62% of the solar eclipse. It starts at 9:06 a.m. and at 10:21 a.m., that's when 62% is completely, of the sun is completely obscured. And then it ends by 11:45 a.m. So that's just like, it's kind of a cool thing.
And maybe the most important part about this is do not look at this solar eclipse without the special glasses that you need.
At the very least,
blind.
you can get screen from welders.
Regular sunglasses will protect you, like as long as they have
extent.
UV protection. But if you look at it with your bare eyes for something longer than I think 20 to 30 seconds,
Kind of like when you look at the sun.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just
Like, don't stare at the
as a
sun.
kid, don't look at the sun, stupid.
Wait. You're not supposed to look directly at the sun for 3 hours?
This is why his glasses are so thick.
Actually, did you know that's why, at least in LA, they are letting the kids go home because they don't want to put the responsibility on teachers of monitoring every single kid
Interesting.
looking at the sun without glasses. They're like,
just
they want to be
proves
responsible
children
for the
are
blind kids going blind.
Well, they're
basically.
learning.
Just cancel school.
So
the Earth is flat, kids.
So here's the thing. I looked
Put it on the parents.
for eclipse glasses.
Oh, the prices have been jacked up.
They're totally jacked up. They're also completely sold out.
Oh.
And you can still get, or well, you could the other day, last week, still get them in bulk, but a minimum of 25 pairs. And they're so expensive that I'm spending, a couple $100 on 25 pairs of eclipse glasses. And I love you guys, but not that much.
Did you guys say that you're gonna go up to somewhere?
We're going to try and hike something,
We're
right?
going to try to, yeah.
You're bringing
You
a
and everybody
DSLR,
else.
right?
Get up there early.
Yes.
You should. That way
But
we'll
then
have footage for
I'm
next
supposed
week.
to have like a UV protection on it, aren't I? To get it correctly. I was reading an article actually about camera lenses that you need to properly get the solar
You'll get
eclipse.
something. It's not like it's invisible light. Like
And
the physical eye and a camera sensor will see something. You may have to heavily edit and color correct and so forth to get it viewable and not like this giant blurb of
Right.
light. But at the same time, you'll still
We should go to the park.
So the cool thing, if
As
you can
Emerald.
catch it, the picture above us, the picture that we're showing right now, and if you're listening to this, try and go to our website and take a look at this.
Yes.
You do get the nice corona around it once it's completely obscured, but what you see above us,
Wait, you get a beer?
you get a beer.
It's the best day ever.
You get a beer. You might want a beer while you're watching. I don't know. I'm going to be at work, so I'm going to go outside and watch it if I can. Probably not the entire time because I'm sure I actually have things to do during that time. But you get this phenomenon up above, which I think they say it kind of looks like a diamond ring or something like that. Just as it's cutting off the last of the sun's light, you're getting that last reflection of the sun, and it causes that burst on the side. And then once it's completely covered, you can actually kind of see solar flares and things like that. You can see the movement of the sun, the things that you can't normally see, as well as planets, and there's some really cool stuff. So,
Cool.
I'm just super excited
Real
about
quick,
this.
last thing though. How many of
Nerd.
you all believe this is a giant conspiracy to protect the alien spaceships that are crossing over in the sky or space?
First of all, everyone knows that there is no space. It's literally a
Dome.
projector
Yeah.
and a giant. We're surrounded in a dome. That's
Hey
also
kids, listen to me.
No such thing.
Look into my eyes and listen to me. The Earth is flat.
Yes.
Humans are reptilian people.
Yeah.
Everyone else is AI.
Oh boy.
Wow.
And the cake is a lie.
And Battlestar Galactica is a good show.
Moving
This has happened
on.
before, it will happen again. Go ahead.
We're gonna end Real Science Roundup. Clearly, the excitement of the total solar eclipse has fried some of our brains.
Clearly Christians and Ravies
It's
because
not
they don't
fried.
agree with us.
I'm super excited.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. It actually is pretty cool. But let us move on to the. You ready? Nerdyverse,
Yeah.
Why don't we have an animation?
where
yet?
we
Like,
discuss. Well, you're the animation. There you go. You have to
Face
dance.
is an
It's like a
animation.
Hey,
Nope.
Nerdyverse,
Nope.
Nerdyverse,
Nerdyverse.
Nerdyverse.
No.
So we're gonna
I'm
go
gonna-
through these.
no.
We're gonna go through these. we saw or at least I saw the Punisher teaser trailer.
Only Christian in the entire world.
In the entire world, and I'm going to describe it to you.
Break the news right now.
It was basically Frank, who incidentally is the same name as the Night King from Game of Thrones. I've actually got a few people to go along with that. Dan
calling him Frank now?
calls the Night King Frank, but Frank Castle,
like that?
the Punisher. He walks around and he's the Punisher. I was a little intoxicated when I watched this teaser, so I kind of forget. Oh yeah, he's banging this hammer a bunch of times, and
I'm so angry.
So what you're saying is he's Shane as Frank Castle,
what is
the
it?
Punisher.
There you go.
There you go. Rub his head. He's got the worst hair.
He doesn't care about his hair. He only cares
I
about
know he
his
doesn't care
family.
about
He
his
only
hair.
cares about Claire.
I love that.
Nope.
I love that he was able to bash his symbol into the ground.
Yeah, that's
perfectly.
pretty amazing that one drop of a sledgehammer will create
Well, it's
his
a couple.
symbol.
It's throughout the trailer.
He does like
But
three.
Three
Still.
or four, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, does the trailer get anyone excited? I was bored.
I was bored.
I honestly, I'm not.
Actually, no. So anything with how do you say his last
John
name?
Bernthal.
Just call
John
him Shane.
Shane. Anything with Shane, John Bernthal.
John
Bernthal.
Bernthal.
I actually think he's a very
Yeah, I actually like him.
typecasted actor.
But
He's
very
a Christopher
typecast.
Walken, but with the intensity, the intense Shane
Yep.
type character. I mean, Baby Driver, he was great because he was Shane.
He was Shane in Baby Driver.
He's just great in these roles where he is Shane, and he was, Daredevil season 2. I'll say it, and I'll say it again. He was the best part of Daredevil season 2 by
definitely.
far.
Yeah.
Like
By far.
the
I
first
agree
4
with that.
episodes were great because of him. The show sucked until he came back, and then the scenes later in the season were the only ones I cared about personally. Like the whole hand thing and whatever was stupid. But I'm excited. I mean, I'll go against the panel here. I'm excited. I mean, the teaser, it doesn't get me excited, but I'm excited for the show in general. I
The
think
question was the teaser.
I think Netflix, right? We've seen that they can take more, specifically Marvel and Disney can take more adult content from the comics and be able to translate that on the Netflix platform. The Punisher is even darker than the other 4, right? The Defenders are.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say that the Avengers and all those movies are a C grade of darkness, and then the Defenders and all of them are a B grade of darkness. I think this is the A grade of darkness, right? This is you're dropping F-bombs, you're showing extreme violence, you're dealing with heavy themes.
I thought you were going to say something else instead of violence.
I mean, because the Punisher is not a hero. There is no publication where he is a hero. They are not showing him as a hero.
But that's
he
good.
is at the very best, his best day, he's an anti-hero. And I'm very excited for them to hopefully portray that.
Push the line a little bit.
Push the line as far as you can.
Where he does bad things.
Yeah.
In the name of good.
Yeah. I mean,
That's-
it's not good, though, for him. It's just revenge.
I will say,
But he has a heart, though.
did like that was the one thing about the was it Thomas Jane as the Punisher when they did the movie?
Yeah.
It wasn't. Oh, it
They
wasn't
did two.
great.
They actually did 2 movies.
I know that was done. It was done like what in the 90s or the.
No. It was
Early
early. It
2000s.
was like 03,
Wait.
and then they did the sequel in like 08.
Oh, they did a sequel. Oh, I didn't know they
even
did
know
a
they did.
sequel.
Not with Thomas
There
Jane
was-
now. It was a different actor.
Oh, that doesn't
I
even
forget
make
who it
sense.
was.
There is, but
Wasn't
they did
John
a
Travolta in
Punisher.
it?
He was in the first one.
Yeah, I don't know. who
They
was the
did
second
a
one.
Punisher also, I think, in either the 80s or the 90s, based on it. But I don't know what I heard of that. I've not seen it. I actually liked Thomas Jane, and I liked that Punisher. That Punisher was a bit more leaning toward comic. Like they
Comic-y.
legitimately pulled in kind of like motifs from the comics. The like stripy shirt on Kevin Nash's character, and like things where you see that and you go, okay, that's totally comic book. But it wasn't horrible. I do hope that they do this justice. I like the character. I like the comic book. I like the Punisher. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they will. I also would like to see John Bernthal do something where he's not typecast in the same role, because I think he has potential.
Here comes a romantic drama.
No, not that. No, but
romantic comedy.
I feel like he has potential to be a deeper character. Like he could. I want to see him try and do something like that.
I just saw the perfect
instead of just
the
being
perfect
Shane.
perfect movie for him. The remake of the Titanic, where he could play Leonardo DiCaprio.
Forrest
I want him to
Gump
play
remake.
Kate Winslet's part.
Yeah, boom. That is
Done.
as anti-typecast as you can get.
Speaking of typecasting,
Yeah. Speaking of typecasting,
Not really.
this is the anti-typecast.
this is I don't know where we're going with this. But we're staying in the same universe. Look who's
I
back.
can't touch him.
Guess who's
Can't
back?
touch him.
The Slim Shady. David Tennant is going to is confirmed for season 2 of Jessica Jones. This is great news because
we love him.
he made Jessica Jones probably the best. He helped make I would say maybe the best season of these.
Wait,
Netflix
real quick.
Defender.
Who's a better villain? Kilgrave, Kingpin.
Kilgrave.
Oh.
Cottonmouth.
Always Kilgrave.
I do
That's
like
the thing.
Cottonmouth
He
a lot.
made such a great
I would say
villain.
Kilgrave.
He was an
Cottonmouth.
amazing.
I would say Kilgrave.
I would say Kilgrave. He's an amazing villain, and he did such a great. I love David Tennant. Let's just preface with this, but I thought he did such a great job as Kilgrave, and in bringing out this, like, he was completely psycho. He was nuts, and I thought he did. I loved him. Arjuna clearly disagrees with me. I see the look on his face.
No, I love
But-
David Tennant.
I thought he did a good job, and I liked that character. I don't. think,
I'll say this though. I'll say this. I'm kind of annoyed that he's coming back.
but we don't know
Because-
how he's coming back.
Right, but
Well, we
the
know
fact
exactly
that
how
you've
it's
already
gonna be.
started like promoting this is because, I mean,
need-
maybe this is like a jab at the actress that plays Jessica Jones.
Kristen Ritter.
I don't know. To me, she's the least interesting. Her portrayal of that character is
More
not
than
that
Finn
well.
Jones? Is it Iron Fist?
Yeah, there's no way you're gonna.
All right, so second to that.
There's no way you're putting her below that.
Second to that at least, but still, I don't know. I
It's
feel
actually
like
interesting because you said that when we watched Jessica Jones. You said, "What's going to happen with this character now that David Tennant's gone?"
This is
Because
true.
you did. I remember
Yeah.
you specifically because I remember it was just us three in Los Angeles and we talked about that. Before this is
Wow,
BK
that
before Christmas.
was.
We watched it.
Burger King.
and but the,
Yes, Burger King.
and I mean, I guess we know what they're gonna do. They're gonna bring back their strongest character.
No, I think this
In
is going to be
flashbacks or
in
her mind?
Mind. It's got to be in her mind.
Maybe a little bit of both, honestly.
He was, and this is what I actually was very disappointed by with Luke Cage. Luke Cage within Jessica Jones was like a big part of the show. Kilgrave taking him over at the very end and the manipulation. I wish they would have dealt with some of that a little bit, with his mind being taking over control, especially being a good man and he did bad things. And they did. They completely glossed over that.
They
whole
just
thing.
were like,
like,
whatever.
oh well, I didn't do it of my own volition, so yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of glad they're doing that with Jessica. Because it's happening so early in the production, so early within the production. I think this isn't going to be a full season type of thing. He might pop up every now and then, but I think it's going to be early season dealing with whatever the threat is. Because what is interesting is Jessica Jones is going to be our first of the 4 Defenders shows we're going to
early
get
2018, right?
that we're going to get post Defenders. So I feel like a lot of it will deal with meeting these other characters, dealing with that, whatever villain there is, and all those type of things. So I think there's going to be a lot for this show, and we've got to see, because the last, Daredevil season 2, Iron Fist were not good. They weren't good.
No.
So we need a rebound type of.
But
type of show.
we're gonna run into what we ran into with after the Avengers movie.
Yes.
Every single
God.
individual movie after that is
Phase
still
2
an
was
Avengers
bad.
movie, and but that's honestly you almost can't escape that because they're now so intertwined as a group that I mean, are we going to run into that? How can we have a Jessica Jones or a Daredevil or Luke Cage show that is not the Defenders at this point, because they're
5
they're
blocks
a team.
away from each other.
They're a team.
They're so close.
So I mean, it'll be interesting to
How
see how
can
they do
Spider-Man
that.
not show up in these shows?
That's the other part that
seriously?
keeps driving me mental.
Because he's supposed to.
He's web slinging around there, and he's
they
been
don't
given
even
this
talk
amazing
about him.
suit, and I don't know.
At the
God.
very least, I hope they reference him. I hope they reference him in the Defenders, because it's not like they don't know he's there. And I mean, like, seriously.
Well, the only thing is the whole timeline for the MCU is screwed up right now because they messed it up in the Spider-Man movie.
I have no idea. Wait,
With
when
the-
does the Defenders even take place?
Well, so that's the thing. So
we know it's a couple months after Luke Cage.
It's 6 months after Daredevil season 2, but the confusing part is like Daredevil season 1, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist are all supposed to be within like a month or 2 of each other.
right.
Oh, geez.
They're
And
all,
then it's like there's a time jump, and then there's like
'Cause-
Daredevil season 2, and then it's the Defenders. So we're like a year apart from like I think Iron Fist season
Wait,
1.
so he goes in time
because Luke Cage was in jail for a little while.
Oh, so the Netflix didn't go in
Netflix
chronological
did not
order.
do chronological. So that,
Yeah,
that's
and
what's
how long
very
was Luke in
confusing.
jail? That was my question. Actually,
That's what we're confused about. We don't actually know.
Okay.
They're
We
not.
probably need to watch more than the first episode.
Yes.
Anyway,
It's a bit.
it'll be interesting though.
What we do know is this: David Tennant is back. Staying within the MCU, is it
speaking of the
possible that we are
Avengers-
not? So Samuel Jackson, this is confirmed, I think. Samuel Jackson is not signed on to appear in Avengers 3 and 4.
He recently did an interview with Yahoo. And in the interview with Yahoo, he specifically said he was never contacted for Avengers 3. And that has wrapped production. We know he's not in the third Avengers movie. And he said, and Avengers 4 has started production. They are filming. He has not been contacted for Avengers 4. Now, Kevin Feige at D23 did specifically say Nick Fury would appear within Captain Marvel. However, if you read specifically into the comments, he never said Samuel L. Jackson was confirmed. And with the interview with Yahoo Movies, he said he has not heard from Disney or anything about Captain Marvel. There are thoughts now, because of this, that Samuel L. Jackson is not only not in Avengers, he will not appear in any more Marvel movies.
Maybe
Who did he piss off?
Maybe Nick Cage had to... Nick Cage. Maybe Nick Fury had to change his... No. Maybe Nick Fury had to change his physical form in order to hide because he's supposed to be dead, blah, 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 or whatever.
Hey, to be honest, they have mentioned and rumored Phase 5 is going to be all about the... Phase 4 is going to be all about the Skrulls.
Invaders,
and the Skrulls,
Secret Invaders.
They're
Which means
shapeshifters.
you've got Inhumans.
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if... Yeah, maybe we don't hear from Nick Fury until Phase 4.
Well, so here's the theory. This is the theory I've been reading on the internet forums and whatnot.
Internet.
Because Samuel L. Jackson, here's the thing, is 70 years old. He is in his 70s.
Yeah,
old as dirt.
He is
no,
old. And
that's pushing it for next phases.
So with Captain Marvel taking place in the 90s, you can have a younger Nick Fury. You cast a younger actor as Nick Fury. You hand it off to someone else. You wait a couple movies, and then you introduce the same actor as a older Nick Fury that's 20 plus years in the future or whatever, and you have then therefore recast him. But in a subtle way, right? Because you show this new Nick Fury within the past, and then it's the same Nick Fury character.
Like
Guys,
the X-Men.
the X-Men. Real quick.
Yes.
Should we tell Arjuna
Recasting.
next week's LuZoCast is going to take place in the past? So we're getting a younger Arjuna.
A female Arjuna, I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that is younger. It's been so long since he made that change.
You know, I am a Time Lord.
Kidding.
Oh,
he did.
God.
He's a Time Lord. What? He's a Time Lord. He regenerated at one point. You think that the Doctor? I mean, you think that the Master and Missy are the only ones to do that? Come on.
We only have a few minutes left, so we don't want to use it all up on Doctor Who. So let us. Well, Ravi right here is just throwing up this.
That's the best picture. That's amazing.
Of this man.
This young man.
This
Ewan
McGregor character.
It's Ewan McGregor.
Obi-Wan Kabuzi.
The Obi-Wan movie. Ravi, I'm going to turn it over to you right off the bat.
Thank
the movie
you.
is happening.
Yes, it
Wait,
is.
Tell us
Is it
about your feelings.
Official? Have they actually announced
It's not
it?
official. It's not official.
Okay, so it's all rampant speculation.
Hollywood Reporter came out and said that they've got a director, they're working on a script, and that this most likely will be the new one. Chances are we'll probably hear something this week that it is official. We're not saying it's official. We're saying we may hear something that it's official.
We're saying it's official.
No, we're not.
No.
Don't listen to Arjuna.
No, we're reading the Hollywood Reporter where they call it an exclusive, and yet no one's confirmed that it's official.
My big thing,
rampant
as I have
speculation.
kept saying, like I said with the Han Solo film,
You really want it.
I don't want this. Yeah. This is really silly. Well, I will say this. They are going back to a time before Episode 1.
That's cool. I want Qui-Gon. I want Liam Neeson.
Okay.
No, you're not getting Ewan McGregor, and you're not
I
getting...
want Liam Neeson.
No.
You're not, because it's been almost 20 years since they played those characters.
I don't care. I want Liam Neeson.
Now, Ewan McGregor could still pull it off. I'm sorry, he could.
Not
but
happening.
Not young.
But
Won't
I will
happen.
say this.
Yeah.
I agree with
He's
him.
in his 40s.
They would
Won't
have to
happen.
go
was
back
25
that
when he
far.
played.
Yeah.
They would have to go back that far because otherwise we've seen it all. Because everything that we have that we've watched, that a lot of our viewers and listeners have, is now canon, is for sure canon. So we've seen everything starting with Episode 1 all the way through the end, or the current part in Rebels. Clone Wars, Rebels, all of that.
They say in the Hollywood Report this will be before all that.
It would have to be.
We're going to a time, most likely, maybe a little bit of a time jump type film, which would be kind of cool. But we're going to a time where he first becomes
a Jedi.
Wait,
basically.
When he'd have to be young. He was a young.
I think
when he got
there was there was a rumor that they wanted to do a trilogy of these Obi-Wan movies.
No,
which is fine.
Which you could potentially pull off, but I don't know how how much more material there is for Obi-Wan. We know he has a pretty set time. We've seen the vast majority of it in multiple medias.
But wouldn't it be cool though, like if we have a film that's about him and Princess Sabine? Is it Sabine? No, Sabine.
No.
Satine,
Satine,
right?
Duchess Satine.
Yes.
That would be cool. I mean,
I would actually like to see some of the Satine.
I don't think you need a whole movie
storyline.
though. I think that could be
part of the
essential
movie.
part of a movie.
right.
A central part of a trilogy.
The other big thing though
Yes.
about the Obi-Wan standalone film, which would be really cool, is we get to see the Republic at its height.
This is true.
and
When it's
most
the Republic
corrupt.
before.
No.
Well,
No.
this is not quite corrupt.
No,
this
this
is
was-
before everything.
Yeah.
The
We could
Jedi
see-
Council is at its peak.
We
They're
could
like
see-
on point.
we could
Young
see,
Darth Sidious.
We could see young
But he
Dooku.
was-
He's still
we
there.
can see a young
Young
Dooku.
Dooku would be
When
really
he was
cool.
actually a Jedi.
When he was friends with
Oh,
Qui-Gon.
like
Oh,
Tyrannus.
we'll also
Tyrannus.
see a young Mace Windu who will actually be cast by the same guy who's playing young Nick
Right,
Fury.
that's genius.
that would be amazing.
So I will say one other tidbit within this Hollywood Reporter story is that they are moving ahead with scripts for a young Yoda spin-off movie,
I'd be okay with
and
that.
a Boba Fett movie.
I would not be
but
okay with that.
Again,
So,
I'm gonna say
potato,
probably
potato.
rampant speculation by the Hollywood Reporter. None of it's been confirmed. So, but I would like to make a bid for an Asajj Ventress spin-off movie. I know it's not going to happen because she's not known, but she's so awesome. They could do Dark Disciple. Oh, wouldn't it be great? Krishna's
That
actually
would
read
be
it. That would
actually be
amazing.
a pretty good movie.
Would that
Real
be the
quick,
best
though,
Star Wars
real
movie?
quick though,
It might be.
I posted on
It'd be up
Facebook
there.
a
might
couple
be.
days ago. I have officially submitted my name to play the role of Obi-Wan.
Did you give them your headshot?
No.
Oh, smart.
We'll take some headshots.
Thank you.
That is
I'll
going to
Photoshop.
That is going to wrap it up for our episode. That is,
Wait, the last story? We can't get to it?
We're
no, we're
out of
out of
time.
Yeah.
We're out of time.
Ben Affleck's out.
he's out.
Officially?
Well, according to Casey.
Okay,
Rampant
seriously.
speculation.
Rampant
Rampant
speculation.
That is our episode. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said before, we're going to be bringing you LuZo live in just a couple of hours after the premiere of episode 6, Game of Thrones. Please check us out through our website, which is on the bottom right here, LuZoProductions.com. Check out all of our stuff. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't have time to watch us, go to iTunes. It's itunes.com/podcast/LuZoCast if you want to listen to us on your car rides. But otherwise, Krishna, Arjuna, Sarah, Ravi, we will see you very shortly.
Yeah.
Or some of us will.
So you're
Stay
done
right
with
here.
this. Go watch Game of Thrones and then come back and join us
I have
for
3 hours
the
to
chit chats.
change my t-shirt.
The
There you
chit
go.
chats.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.